Today I'm going to be talking about programming for my clients and also how to stay consistent. Also, it is now the end of January or at beginning of February, depending on when you're watching this, or etc. But I just want to do a check-in. How are y'all doing? Are y'all keeping up with your goals that y'all started in the New Year's resolution 2025? No worries. If y'all started a New Year's resolution or not, no worries at all. I am just here to check in as my job as a personal trainer. I love checking in with my clients and checking in with y'all. So, but I actually, fun fact, do not like New Year's resolutions. As y'all know, I have worked in big corporate gyms like Equinox and Gold's Gym, meeting so many different people in those gyms as a personal trainer. I've definitely come across so many people that have not stuck to their New Year's resolutions, and I wonder why. Staying consistent at the gym, I truly believe that it is so important to have the right mindset. Being on the opposite side as a personal trainer, doing evaluations, making sure people are moving correctly, I think it's just so important for people to not have this mindset to think like the gym is this monstrous place where you have to go. It's either the public gym setting. Some people are very intimidated to go out in a public gym setting. Some people have this like all or nothing mindset. So if they feel like they're not working out, they're not gonna work out, you know? And if they're gonna work out, they're gonna work out. But then it only lasts for about a week or so, because at the end of the day, if they're working out every single day for like 2 to 3 hours at the gym per day of those 7 days, they're gonna feel burnt out. They're gonna feel like, oh, I don't wanna do this anymore. Why am I doing this to myself? It's like torture, you know? So that's the number one thing that I found, that having the right mindset is the key to success. Because if you're in this loophole where you're feeling like all or nothing, flight or fight response mode, then you're really not gonna get to your goals, because it'll only last for such a short period of time. And that's what I found with a lot of people working as a personal trainer in these big commercial gyms. People don't stick to their goals because they just feel like they're not getting somewhere, or they're just really burnt out. What I usually recommend to everyone is to just think of this new goal of yours as a lifestyle. So not thinking as it's like this unattainable, unreachable goal, but thinking of it as something that you're working on for yourself. I work on being a better version of myself every single day. So I don't just roll out of bed and look at myself and I'm like, oh, I look perfect. You know, I don't say that ever. I always have something I'm working on, whether it's physical, whether it's a skill, whether I'm learning, you know, a new animal flow move. The thing is, it's so important to have the right mindset, because if y'all don't have the right mindset, you're not gonna go forward. And it leads me to my next point, which is finding the right programming for you. I know every single person watching this video does not have money or have access to personal training or even a quality trainer. I want to make this as simple as I possibly can. Obviously, it's a little bit more complex than this. So if y'all are wanting to know more about how I specifically program for my clients, let me know and I'll make a future video. Knowing your goals to complement the actual repetitions that you should be hitting is so important. I feel like a lot of people don't know this, but if you know this, shout out to you. But this is, again, intended for beginners. I'll put like a little chart thing here, but I want to just say that if your goal, let's start with power. If your goal is to plyometric training, if you're trying to do more box jumps, you know, increase the amount of, you know, whatever, through plyometrics, then 6 reps, up to 6 reps is ideal, because you want to have that explosive power and explosive movement to get to what you're trying to do. The second one is strength. So strength training, it should be roughly around 8 to 10 repetitions. I always say to people, especially my clients, to start with 8 repetitions. And then after, you know, a few weeks goes by and you're feeling strong, you're feeling acclimated with, you know, either the gym setting or at home with dumbbells, whatever you're doing for exercising, then going up to 9 or potentially 10 reps and hitting that 10 rep mark as your goal. So not starting off with 10 reps unless you're already, you know, hitting things at the gym, you're already kind of like an intermediate to advanced person, then obviously you want to be hitting up to 10 reps. But depending on what kind of weights you're using, so there's a lot of factors to that, but I want to specifically target on reps today because I feel like that's really important as well. in addition to weights, of course. And then the next one would be hypertrophy. If you don't know what hypertrophy is, it's basically, long story short, to grow your muscles. If you're really into hypertrophy, ideal repetitions is 12 reps. And then obviously if y'all have a strength and hypertrophy goal, y'all can do like some exercises 8 reps or 10 reps, and then some exercises 12, so it just depends. But that's just a general idea. And then last but not least, anything for, I hate to use the word weight loss, but to simplify things, weight loss, the weight loss group, and the endurance. I like to say endurance because it makes more sense to me, but anyways, to simplify, weight loss / endurance, it's ideal to do above 15 reps for light dumbbells, for example, light capacity. So do not do super heavy weightlifting with 15 reps. If you're trying to hit endurance, for example. A lot of people should have something to motivate themselves every single day as well. You don't want to just wake up and just go to the gym and just be like dreading the whole experience the whole time. I usually like to tell people to just enjoy whatever you're doing, whether you lift light, lift heavy, whatever it is, even just doing your own body weight exercise at the gym, whatever you're doing, just enjoy that process, because it's so cool to see your self-growth over the years. I have been working out for over 10 years now, and it's just so amazing to see the growth that when I first started, I couldn't even do a push-up, and now I'm doing like crazy push-ups, combination push-ups. So it's just really cool to see that journey for yourself. Another consistent thing that I feel like a lot of people kind of forget is nutrition and sleep. Yes, working out is so important, but are you also sleeping enough? Are you also eating enough? You know, these kind of factors I feel like a lot of people forget. So definitely taking into consideration those aspects of as well in your life to succeed into consistency, because if you're not eating right, if you're not sleeping right, you're not gonna see the results that you want, and you're not gonna feel consistent, because then you're gonna be all over the place. And if you're not hitting your nutrition goals or whatever it is, your sleep, whatever, then you're never gonna feel like you're looking amazing or getting stronger or getting to that lift, that PR. Some people ask me what is preferred for days of the week, how many times should I work out, blah, 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 blah. I do not have the right answer for every single person watching this video. Again, I am a personal trainer, so I program everything according to my clients and getting to know my clients one-on-one. But as a general rule, I like to tell people, especially if you're just starting out working out, then starting with 2 to 3 times a week of light training. What I mean by light training is to do either body weight exercises or light reps, light dumbbells. In terms of cardio, a lot of people ask me about cardio. I personally do not do a intensive cardio. I no longer do running. I do biking. If y'all see that little bike there, I do bike occasionally. But so my cardio days, me personally, I actually do a lot of kettlebell training, and that's my cardio. I always tell people to do different days for cardio and strength. So going back to the days of the week, so Monday is your strength day. I would usually advise to do a cardio day if your goal is, for example, weight loss or just to maintain, whatever it is. Cardio days, usually, let's say you want to do cardio on Tuesday, so do a cardio on Tuesday. And when I say cardio, it doesn't have to be the most intensive cardio ever. Surprising fact, I usually tell my clients to not do an hour of treadmill. I usually tell people to be effective, to make sure people are actually doing the effective amount of cardio. I actually advise people to do about 30 to 45 minutes max on a cardio machine. I even tell people, if you're just, wanting to maintain, do not do more than 20 minutes of intensive running, let's say. Do not do so much, because if you do too much, right, you're gonna start losing. And if your goal is to lose weight, then great. But if you're just trying to maintain, or you wanna keep up with your hypertrophy program, but also maintain a specific figure, you don't wanna be doing too much, because you're gonna feel burnt out. And that's going back to my point in the first part of the video, where I'm talking about people feeling like they can't keep up with the workouts or the program itself because they feel burnt out. You never want to feel burnt out. So again, that's why I tell people to do not so much cardio, especially on the days off for strength, because then, you need to have a balance, because then your mind, your body's gonna get too tired if you keep doing things that you don't really want to do, So going back to duration, cardio should not be done for such a long period of time where you feel exhausted. So to get the maximum amount of gains and whatever you want out of cardio, I highly recommend just doing either really intense 20 minutes, like running of 20 minutes, or doing on and off. So like running for, let's say 2 minutes, and then doing a power walk. So reducing it to a lower setting and doing a power walk for the next minute or 2 minutes, and then going up. So kind of doing these ways. If you don't feel like running, you can do more of like a slower paced walking, but like actively working, because you don't want to just be like chilling on your phone the whole time. That's why I say to do only a couple minutes, because if you're on there for so long, then you're gonna feel like, why am I doing this? And then you're gonna dread it the next time you're going to that treadmill or Stairmaster, wherever you're going. Cardio does not have to be just running or in the gym setting like Stairmaster, Jacob's Ladder. Let's say you like to dance. Why not take a Zumba class? You know, if you're at a gym, why not take a Zumba class? I usually tell people to join classes, especially if you have a gym membership, because it's just a fun way to engage your mind into working out. It's kind of like a trick, because you kind of see other people around in the room and you're like, oh, okay, like if she can do that or if he can do that, I can do that. So I feel like joining classes is such a good way, especially if you're not feeling motivated. That personally for me as well, like it makes me feel motivated, because then I'm surrounded with people that are like-minded, that are ready to move, ready to be in that room with you, you know? So I absolutely love classes. So if a day comes and you're just dreading your workout, or you're like, oh, like why am I going to the Stairmaster? Why am I doing the treadmill? Take a class. Going out for, you know, a jog, you know, something that really excites you. If you like nature, going out on a new hike or something, you know, if you're surrounded by nature. So there's so many different ways to do cardio. It's not just on the treadmill or on the Stairmaster. And I feel like, especially as beginner athletes, I feel people get very annoyed with those kinds of ideas of having to do things repetitively, and it always does not have to be like that. And also, y'all can do boxing. I am a huge boxer myself, if y'all didn't know. So it's always just finding your favorite things to do and not feeling like you only have to do one thing to get to your results. Hike, get a buddy and go out for a beautiful nature hike. Those kind of things make a difference. So don't feel like you need to be in a gym setting all the time. That's why I don't go to a gym. And going back to the days of the week, I feel like I always get sidetracked, but let's say you're doing Sunday is your day off and you're doing 3 days a week. I would space it out with 3 strength training, obviously, like I mentioned prior, and then in between having those cardio days, like those classes, etc. If you're not on the treadmill, whatever, and then sandwiching those in between your strength days. And same goes with, you know, for example, 4 days a week, 5 days a week training, kind of having those different outlets so that you're not bored all the time. And there are days when, for example, I have a strength day and I don't have to do anything, but in my programming, if I have to do like a leg day, let's say, I may not feel like I want to do a leg day one day. And you know what? That's okay. And I might find a different alternative to do. I feel the easiest thing to do for programming, especially if you're a beginner and you don't have a personal trainer, is to just lay out the days of the week that you can work out and mark those calendars or mark the numbers of days you can commit to yourself, and be really realistic with yourself. If you can only work out 2 times a week, then do 2 times a week. I cannot stress this enough, because you know what? Sometimes people how's a nice way to say this, overload themselves. So let's say like people realistically, they really want to do 4 days a week, but they can't because, I don't know, they have children, they just can't, they have work or whatever, right? And you can only realistically get to the gym or wherever you can work out 3 days a week. I think a lot of people also think like if you can't do 3 times a week every single week for the rest of your life, then you can't work out. I feel like some people are in that mindset, and that shouldn't be the case. Again, think of it as a lifestyle. So do not think just because 1 week of the whole year you can't do 3 times a week or whatever your goal is, then not to work out at all. Do not do that. If you can only work out 1 time throughout the week, let's say you're on a vacation or whatever, and you can only do 1 time a week, just work out that one time a week. And then maybe the next week, find more time to work out. So that's also really, really important to stay consistent as well. Again, don't think of it as an all or nothing mentality, but think of it as a lifestyle. And if you one day just fall off and don't really feel like motivated and don't want to work out one week, then don't work out. It's better to take care of your mental health than to push yourself through what you describe torture and, you know, get injured, let's say, you know. So it's just so, so important to prioritize your self-health, self-love, and just your mental health as well, because a lot of people also kind of forget about the mental portion. So if you're feeling great, go for it. But if you're not, then just rest. Reminder to, again, take care of you. Do not ever feel like you have to do something. If there's a day that you're just tired, please just take care of yourself. I feel like as a personal trainer, fitness is my life. Everything revolves around fitness for my life, but that shouldn't be the case for every single person watching. Fitness is just one little portion, right, of our health, and there's so much more. Nutrition is really important and sleep is really important. So remembering those things, those points, those aspects of our life is really very important to actually hit your goals. And I just wish y'all the best. Y'all are doing amazing. I see y'all on Instagram. I see y'all commenting. It's just amazing to see this community come together, and I'm just so, so proud of y'all. So please keep going. And if y'all have been doing my series, my workout series, I'm just so, so proud of y'all. My workout series are not easy. And if y'all are like, what the heck is she talking about? Y'all are watching this video for the first time. I make workout series and all that fun stuff on YouTube. My goal this year is to do a series workout every single month of the year. Let's see if I can actually do it. Now, y'all are gonna help me stay consistent with this. The theme of this video. If y'all found this video helpful, please let me know, and I'll definitely make more of these. If y'all have further questions or comments, please DM me on Instagram, or please put your comments down below and I will make a future video involving those topics that y'all would like me to cover. So again, thank y'all so much for watching this video. If y'all like this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and until the next one, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's day. Bye y'all.